All right, essential on this particular channel, and a conversation try day bano. In fact, very interesting. Menya yebra AWAL Mohammed Hudu, as usual, a historian wabempa, and then so yebekasa about coup just a ekoso in Africa. Nanti recent coups are ekoso coup d'etat ekoso in Africa no. In fact, any nyai na very appalling. Ubibeka say chinebi. Ebin so announce be out being in Africa, being across the world. Ebin so we are Ghanaian. Ebia no chine bin so be betu yensusu se bibisa emrade. But ene ye be share these recent coups are ekoso. Why these coups? If we eba ne say na sa niema we nyina ekokokoso. Onte ebiesi ewo Mali, ebiesi ewo Guinea, ebiesi ewo Burkina Faso, and recently so Niger, and so ABSC about this particular topic and answer this particular issue and I be discuss recent coups in Africa at the end of the day.
Well, I think that Maminchi on show more monitor program. I think it's very, very interesting, very educated.
Yeah.
So I have a multiplicity of different factors.
Okay.
Ebia Kuwa ebesi Guinea. Nientia ebesi ebetimia is different from nientia ekusi ewo Mali.
Okay.
Ebia kuwa ebesi ewo Burkina Faso. Ebia no subetimia is different from the reason why another coup happened in Niger.
Oh, okay. Okay. But what I know is they were being colonized by
the
French.
French.
Okay.
Uze ye frebibi French West Africa.
Okay.
Ana ye kanu francophone countries. What it means we mo a my France for any di omoso.
Okay.
Ansana omodi omofan wudi edema.
Okay.
Nti se washa West African sub-region as a dodona what kind numbers na omo France for edi omoso no edoso.
Okay.
From Senegal, from Guinea, Mauritania, Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso.
I see.
Togo initially they name Germany, but later on France for every day. So inti se wahe amaya makinka nyina omunyina France for any day.
Okay.
And so, what is so disika bako? I friend CFA franc.
Mali, Burkina, Senegal, South French.
Disika bako.
I see.
The unze can safer. Meaning say what is her?
Yeah.
Safer. Omo friend CFA franc. Unze one thing is that obeka about the colonial policy of the French. Omo babe di Africa so some of amaimai omudi omuso omu policy a omudi omaino so different from how English for no England for no omobedi yen so ne Nigeria ne others no different.
Okay.
Even also even what happened after the what we call the Berlin Conference of 1888 abrochire for agadai ewo Berlin, Germany. Se omo pese omo ye Africa no omo pese omo chichemu nti amaimai.
Okay.
French for omo demarcate omo land borders of omai omo di omo so omo the force. Omo the force. From the conquering of Lat Diop from Senegal side to the conquering of Samori Touré in Mali. To the conquering of Zilina in Ivory Coast, and then to the conquering of Morenaba in Burkina Faso. Nti omo ye demarcate Africa, omo borders, omo the force. Nti se waha amaimai amabo munyina ube se some few tribes be ekati across. But ye one tribe be a very popular. Uko ye tribe be Jura. Uko omo side omo friend Jura.
Okay.
Baye Africa, you can Wangara.
Wangara, okay.
Omo Senegal, Omo Mauritania, Omo Mali, Omo Guinea, Omo Ivory Coast,
okay,
and Omo Sao Burkina Faso.
I see.
So omo language no jurano very popular. Bebia wo befa
remubia
this way this amapa
no to me rem kasa bra wo nchero okay yeah han your friend Wangara okay
from history culture say omo no de Islam e ba Ghana yes
these French countries no?
yes Jurafo no ankasa omo tribe no omo Islam e ba Ghana
wow I see now like Obibeka said these francophone countries coup d'etat ACC no yenhwe Ghana we were colonized by
the English,
right
the British
Bibisa ANC colonization yen kumanke beka say enu atwam eni hobiem. Why now? French countries, and I said yes, those countries, Mali, Burkina, your friends say Guinea, Niger. Yes, you know why?
Say the medical canon. For example, Guinea here, Omukuno, e wodienti e buy.
Okay.
Because now Omo or my penny be a friend Alpha Conde. Alpha Conde no, wa winning election first term.
Okay.
Ena osako for second term ena owene nti okọ ne second term se ne term two
yes 2 terms nti na nke no ano
ena okọ sisa constitution
okay opeso this one more nimti which is Alpha Conde
yes ena ne general bako akofa ne from Free France aye friend Mamadi Doumbouya ono no to sisi ono no ye ku editia
and which is accepted yemfa nse bia 2024 general elections at Ghana ebekono obi enim say the former president John Dramani Mahama wodi one term and so obaso a obedi another one term so to me we near and no it is also accepted so between aye BB
your constitution in Chesa obeye the last term I know
okay
but say there are some my mind bia omampenyu
to me say
eno akra say e bi koso
okay
eno is it Congo Brazza? No, not Congo Brazzaville. Is it Congo Brazzaville? Central African Republic. On my opinion, or to say, enwa 95% of a man for Motia Hono. Almost so much yatum say on sister constitution.
No, okay. Na aden African kwan ya e bandisa we dey nya no ho asem ne ye kan but why are we power drunk and I say why
enwa no aka no we are power drunk. We always think of how to be ruling the people and be amassing wealth and no.
I see.
We just don't think about
Kakrana when you know why don't you go and invest it now fair don't need there
are some of them privileges now ni pakoni nyang usia onya
the security aspect in your money just any denti no
yes easy
I see
na kuse Côte d'Ivoire kura Alassane Ouattara se oko tia Laurent Gbagbo sa se Laurent Gbagbo wa chewa konya no
yeah
ono so banya ne so winning first term or winning second term esese ne term eso
yeah
instead so obesi ono so kosisa constitution ema no so amane kwan ema owo ne third term what did me patch na so these are all the things but one thing is you have to look about the generality of how French colonialism went on.
Let's go into that.
Was France for Ebabe deep Africa for so. Omo colonial policy.
Yeah.
And even the structure of the colonial government of the French now. At the top of the hierarchy, omo the ministry in charge of colonialism. Ewo France, ewo.
Wow.
Nti yewo obi a yamano so say oye minister.
Oye minister for colonialism.
Yes, no French colonists na they report to him. Under him, any yewo ade am friend the lieutenant governor. French for omo ba be colonizing West Africa no. Omo headquarters near was Senegal.
Okay.
So Senegal na obenya the lieutenant governor no. So lieutenant governor report to Emma, the minister of colonialism,
which is based in
who is based in France.
France, yes.
As a ministry for the colonialism, I appoint to lieutenant governor,
which is also in Senegal.
Yes, governor was Senegal.
Serious.
Yes, governor was Senegal, and a governor also oversight responsibilities. Various governors are appointed. Various countries.
In Africa.
Yes. We lieutenant governors and what about governor general? Fanisebia Senegal, you were lieutenant governor. And it's our governor general. Our no social Senegal so.
Okay. Now we come Mali so governor general. And in Corona, mo person mo colonize or mo nyina no mo san so governor general. And go for any serious.
So all the governor generals, they are also under the lieutenant governor.
I see.
So under the governor general now, omachiche omainmu into districts. Omo friend is circle. Nti eno na friend commandant du circle, commander of the circle. So ebi a governor no wachiche omainmu into ebi a 5 circles and our districts. So commandant du circle for her. See ya. Most more report to the governor general.
I see.
Ansana yaba chefs and now more friend chiefs,
you know.
So the chiefs, you know, I reported the ma commandant du cercle. Na commandant du cercle now reported to the governor general. Na governor general I reported to the lieutenant governor.
No,
the lieutenant governor reported to the minister in charge of colonialism of France.
And all these appointments, you know, say Abia, Senegal, and as a Burkina, and as any of these French countries, you know. Or more presidents area, you are to appoint all these.
Where during colonialism.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Then time not
okay.
So me de oba.
Yes.
Nti French for adopted 2 policies be. Yefraba could be French policy of assimilation.
I see.
What it means say omo na omo Senegal. E honom na lieutenant governor no wo. There are some 4 districts bia Yafa, Yapeki, namely Dakar, Saint Louis, Gori, and Rufsik. So yewo ewo sa mia maboya. What it means automatically we are French citizen.
Wow.
So no afford you opportunity. Say French for election you can contest.
Wow.
So
and indirectly, so I say ebe more mutrima or more
but we're not limited to this only 4 districts.
Okay.
So we don't have opportunity to Leopold Senghor, Senegal first president. He was able to contest an MP in the French Parliament. Galandou Diop, Blaise Diagne, all these people have passed through the ranks in the French Parliament.
Wow.
But not French policy of assimilation also. Emma abrofono power too much. Power ni be say a more bibi indigenous. Indigenous na say broni no power betima chua to many town without right, only right for any trial, only right for bibia.
Colonialism.
Betima discipline any time.
There's all to me bibia.
And what they also did this, they make sure say omo nationalize the land of any part of French colonial Africa. Nti oko France asase enhye ahemfonsa.
France and I said French countries. Okay.
Among sase they nationalized all ni nyina ebe share
France fonsa.
Yes, the colonial government.
Omo ankasa the control be there.
Yes. Omo sade omo fa hodie nso ma ono a ewo abansa. Yes. We call French colonial Africa countries now. Ahemfonton sase.
And is it still in existence?
Yes. Up till now.
Is it the right thing to do?
But depending on said say French for no, they came to do what will suit them.
Yes, but the era of colonialism,
a chim, but yemfa to home. And then she insasi I wo I am from some of them have been so indisciplined. And only report say obetimi akọ ebia miami ebi ahene ba ko ato asase 1 edia money pa be 3.
Yes, and no Nancy cry or Pimswo ayo 2 say to so chibi.
Yes,
if you do that, you are not doing the right
thing. Obechibia, but still a binu beto aswaye because of the intiomubotunti.
Okay, into could dim rofon in Simsano, is it helping them?
Yes,
really?
I have very good
I
have very good policy. Okay, Asasia, Common Lands Commission, me pesa me to asasi say no more about demand ketibia, no more to amount.
No problem there.
Any problem there.
And do you want to say in this French countries, you know, Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, they don't have land issues. Say be our plaza, say pa. Wow. I see. That is an interesting thing.
Yeah, say opera. Omo lands commissions no ho. Ko hu oh, ebia me pasa si we, ebia me pese me ye farming. Say o my bia
it is our era na twem. But this particular thing no kwa that's regional.
That's ho.
Wow.
Because eboa. And cry.
Omo akra hu say eboa omo nti obi am protest. Wow. Anyway, ye nto aso.
So na police
asase na kodi omo ho.
Yeah, waban nsa. So pe asase a say ebia o pese o ye kuya
go through the due process.
No.
Aban mu bibia nya fi na ne langat bia konya asem. Wow.
Hono ye wonte langat bia asem. Kwa akra ko he. Langat for ajibe bia boso. Mo ye ne omo pe. Petimi akọ ehene ha Kenya say hwan abre.
And so one way or the other normal policies be so eboa.
Me something like this me support me. I think say one of the things young money from Nkrumah time how we excluded our traditional leadership from politics.
How we excluded them?
Yes. Who say I am for your politics?
Yes.
And I'm
yes.
Nenke say ye more politics. Ni a jinsa sine free musem.
Okay. Na nkabe government owned property.
Yes.
Okay.
But one thing is say in this case, you know, and also betting our disadvantage. So
exactly.
Corrupt government.
Yes.
Because
obey influence. I see.
So let's continue. Now make about the French policy of assimilation.
Yes.
So later on, Omobeye French policy of association. So we no say that power I am for the discipline
okay.
Mobe include Ubia na say within the francophone countries at least any die kwan so obi bia respect or rights new responsibility bibia ye de amawo. But one thing is say na ye president be friend Charles de Gaulle.
Okay.
No ye France president.
Okay.
So prior to 1960 or invite francophone West African countries no leadership say Mama France. No one discuss the way forward of how said the be various countries ye do mo fan wo die e de be mo.
Okay.
Omudi hu abobo mu ni nyina omukeka BBS ni, but there were 4 things that French phone can say yes ye de mo fa wo die be mam. But there are 4 things be still ye ni be control. Yes. Number 1 military. Yes, more fan would by any control military.
Even from France.
Yes.
To just one colonized country, and I say
all the French West African countries.
And almost what I say. Number 1.
Number 1. No. Number 2, finance.
How?
Yes. When him say up till now, French countries are more budget. This somebody are called France. I may approve am.
Maybe a question back. No, it's also more being the far why do you still control the person? Now, I say indirectly, bear some percentage wise, still the country is under colonialism.
And don't they bring you to Adia Kwame Nkrumah friend in new colonialism?
Okay, and number 3. And number 1, the military. Number 2, finance. Number 3.
Number 3, a foreign policy.
Ye foreign aid, ye pesi akoye bibi ni nyina so omo na be control. Wow. I see.
Number 4, I think international relations.
They would decide which one I was on in
France. France for the control.
Is it the best?
The French did it to their best. of interest.
And all these countries is work of consensus.
Yeah.
The question I wanted to ask, and they say, you ama mind penny for or Dania there. Can't any country come to France and as a French for no, and I the France country no say France if we policies for we inquire you cannot still be in agreement with these French countries into no munkuchem. Now more 100%.
Certain United be depending on leadership now mubenya. And the conscientization of my mind for more
boom no mako fight for more for right.
When him say up till now, say francophone country biya free West Africa say oyeni trade. We say in economics you be free topic be international trade.
Yeah.
Say
yeah.
As a only
yeah.
My mind say unya budget surplus ana bibia ni nyina e France for her.
Like seriously?
Yes, a new mine home.
Now what about deficit balance rate?
That's the reason why the French decided to control it.
Wow. I see.
So
and you overspending as a kaba umbicha.
Someone no control bibia. And so what it means is on share my overspending.
Yeah, that's also. Comparing this to West Ghana.
A better back to the control of resources.
Exactly.
Because say the medical company, yes, Sana Democratia, they decided to control number one, the military, number two, finance.
Yeah, okay, finance.
Number three,
international
resources.
Relations.
And the international relations, foreign policy.
Okay.
So number three, resources. And number four, the international relations
and foreign policy. No,
so this was what happened. So when we say, even though in as much as there were some nationalist leaders from the francophone countries, now they were siding with Kwame Nkrumah. Na Guinea or my penny be a friend of C0ûp. Kwame Nkrumah kura din baako editor ne ba C0ûp Nkrumah.
Okay.
C0ûp. Ne sa o baako bi mfo Mali a friend Modibo Keita. So we mu nyina they are omo fronting for total independence.
Yes.
Any abrofo influence bia.
They pay freedom.
But Adina was akopim ne.
And Kwame Nkrumah ne baako yes no. C0ûp yes no amfa.
C0ûp omo yini free no. France for na
you can champion that.
Yini free Modibo Keita mu yini free Mali.
Wow, I see.
So those abrofono, they always want to do interest to the best of their interests.
Yeah.
They own interest. And one thing is that we say, at least some of the French countries, say we are original election in France for
Sumano.
We are and
they choose someone from the country.
Yes,
there are
some leaders in Africa. They serve the interests of the West. Alassane Dramane Ouattara, he served the interests of the West.
Wow.
Paul Biya of Cameroon, he served because what was since 1982 up till now,
since 1982
up till now,
Paul Biya.
Yes. Oh, Kikako be 90 years up till now. Unu cross say 90 kura de man.
Until the time should be just why amend the constitution na my favor.
Na say I don't know I any birthright any property or money and property.
What are some of the benefits as I'm growing apart from say French country no so be okay no? What are some of the benefits of Momunya?
Benefits a work akra say yana francophone countries no to get opportunity to enter France no yana.
And okay. Now this idea no when you apply now documents good that's all you have
because one thing is say in as much as senior colonialism across Africa. Omo maintain colonial ties with the former colonies, Portugal and then France.
Okay.
unlike England, unlike the British, for the French and the Portuguese, they have maintained that because access to mine apart from that control.
Now, so we had a yension now, Cassan Chroma can new colonialism bino. Yension also. And on there,
Menim se waka Kwame Nkrumah book no say neo-colonialism, the last stage of colonialism. Or the ofa udi ama still osa control. Number one, what mean say resources for my pa na me boa. Say Ghana you too gold.
Bibia all minerals.
Omo tu sa gold ni hwan no. Omo free him.
Okay. You need the gadgets or the machines to go about that. In here they say we will call on them for them to.
Nti yekwaswa ya na nkitaudi be na moye percentage say na mo be share.
Definitely majority goes to them. The shares no goes to them.
Neo-colonialism.
I see. Now say they will find a way to still milk you.
But still,
I see.
Nti Newmont Ghana Anglo Gold then hwan she this oil company EU group mo be kan ho ye 2 oil ko Nigeria BPX share mo 2 oil e wo Niger Delta side on mfaso hudie pai pa na oman no enye free sa natural resource na onyankopon de ma oman.
Wow.
Ko Niger Delta omo oil no mo say omo nsa sisi omo yekuya kra mo ntimi yekuya.
Wow.
Meanwhile, all these companies are profodia. So, basi dene beka se Ghana ye 2 oil. Na 97% of the proceeds no ko. Ane. Ko boase. You want to gold sir, but difference
so they compare South Africa any kro na mututu gold also now. We are far behind.
It's a big problem.
I see. Back to issues.
Mienko to the, for example, IMF, any World Bank, your friend Bretton Woods institutions from economics, or kind of Bretton Woods institutions. Who's a World Bank and Nidino IBRD, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. Abrofuya ne control. Omo the loan Emma abrofo countries are omo interest rate kitwe bi
because they omo
wo ba ni aje okese omo no more access to international capital markets o ko raise euro bonda interest a ye dey ma no se broni krom bi ba kitwe 0.1% 1%
yeah
ba ye dey head koso yeah besides essence say yen resources a ye wo no yen process it anameboa yen convert no into a finished product ye they cut raw so they can easily reduce price of cocoa in the international capital market ntina e bia obetimi as a government aye budget say you expect say benya say international market ya take price no so nti government
can process yes senya so mfa so be
no sir or cocoa no they are no are converting into chocolate
no Vita below
no asadia ba na what
yes
nti eno na economics e friend value addition yenye bi wa
yenye bi to me add any value to our cocoa.
Let me tell you
the raw ne ko no mu akọ add more value.
Let me tell you
more profit.
Na new colonialism tra
amount the resources to do that.
Mami misa DJ Sims for me say bia me a technocrat me manufacture just press iron abrofo aye almost standard say the obey one untimi mfa ma wo hono because enye standard ba ono ye e de ba ha obeto ama
yeah
technically what you to
yes
odi a show trim say wo de ne nye papa
de bia no wanya o
kantanka ye ka me ntimi nkoto meka say ne enye papa but meko akoto odi meko akoto wi meko when you know
no what time be your more assembly plant no ha yes na papa na well
I see that's the reason why Bob Marley can say emancipate yourself from mental slavery
Ebeche.
So neo-colonialism no. But one of the main key reasons for the recent coups in French and West Africa is terrorism. The Sahel region.
Okay. And the Sahel
those ISIS, Al-Qaeda,
and the Sahel mostly the French countries.
Yes. Yes. Apart from Nigeria and Kwana, because Boko Haram started in Nigeria and they spread across. Mutimi ura Chad, Mutimi ura Niger, and Burkina Faso.
Okay.
Then you talk about the ISIS, Al-Qaeda. Then the Tuareg rebels, or more Mali side on.
Okay.
The insecurity, a bad side on.
Yeah.
Nti amo mutu kwan ekọ saa mia no ekọ business our problem ebi ebetimi abase wo free Burkina ewura Mali ni akache say there be 2 days muntimi because Boko Haram phobia on said on nti ama the leadership no entimi control mo
which is as in the leadership in the French countries and as from
control.
Top on
the make leadership from the French countries.
And where are these people coming from? Who are they being influenced by?
Yeah, some of these they are fighting. Some of them claim they are fighting based on tribalism. Some of them claim they are fighting on religion.
Now, why not so much?
And a complicated issue. For Boko Haram, for example, Nigeria, there are some people who claim say Boko Haram have government backing because even weapons some of the soldiers in Ukraine.
As in local government backing and as the French country government.
Make a top government. Me Nigeria.
Okay.
So there are people who accuse say top politicians in Nigeria sponsor those we know because weapons soldiers
So where do you get them from?
So okay. Say terrorism and banditry has now become a business.
Yeah.
Because weapons nobody Nigeria say kidnapping it was so rampant.
Yeah.
To me kidnap ubi papa ubi nia akase ya chi no wa ha o. O pese ye jane dia for 10 million naira brands. Oko Niger side on me madam Fubi Awotena Niger say US. He was telling me say there was a day of Burkina obe ura Niger na omoka ye catch him say there be omoka border hono because this pam enkofo no because enkofo no so pam no masaba pam in 2012 for example ebedu maybe those Tuareg rebels defeated the soldiers in Mali.
They were able to defeat the soldiers in Mali.
Now they have to call French troops use these drones and the helicopter who baby enkofo no use those weapons defeat.
But if you share the French countries, if still the control is coming from from France, why is it about these apparatus soldiers near there no muntu sad na say in free French countries ne side?
Fight complicated.
Okay.
Those rebels now are fighting. Some are fighting based on religion, some are fighting based on tribalism.
Okay.
And you say Africa nankasa before say bechichemu na ye ni map say be Africa Ghana ni we na what we just knew is we were having tribes.
Okay.
Na control ebia ofa ha asante for ha ofa by bechichemu no ubenya say ebia some are who are even families by omumuache ibinu mo Burkina ibinu mo Mali ibinu mo ha because they are demarcating and abrofo no so nim say there were tribal warfare in between us as Africans.
Yes.
So yenya like your situation e destabilize kakra bia munya so mfaso.
Okay. Say that time no between be via more resources ni nyina ko.
You claim
to minerals ni ade ni nyina mo de monko.
Mo besa pesa we free your mind no kra.
So omokra be say nya power more.
Say that didn't say. So the abrofo
it indirectly they do baby they know and they see but no my let them fight. Let them do whatever they want to do. We will go and benefit.
That's it.
Wow.
And for example, Shemali say the last election of course was Mali. Now there was one man be our contested our year Juma, I think say is it French bank? My friend is Somaila Sisi. Some of the Malians claim he was a stooge of the French. Omo no Musman so be contested.
Okay.
And Ibrahim Boubacar Keita a defeating in that election.
Yes, on one winning.
Keita no was one na soldier be able to free no. Your friend Asimi Goita. O two no free on o see e ono anu asaba be two aban no nti sese kura make say ono no tiso.
Wow.
Oko Burkina say, who say Burkina say na omonya some long standing leadership for Blaise Compaoré. Because since around 87 was till say be do baby who say after Gaddafi mo Arab Spring no na almost since Blaise wa kunya no so achentisi. O see ya na a certain person came on board, Gilbert Jejeri, as no be any coup, say be a soldier. And I'm returning back to democracy. Rockma Christian Kabore, Omo party ni wene. And one soldier be Joseph Henry Sami Sandaogo. Ebe two no free aban so. Before say omo last guy obey kuya 35-year-old Ibrahim Traoré.
Wow.
Ono so be ku
35 years.
Yes. But I'm say one thing in so situation is looking complicated because oko francophone countries now with the exception of Ivory Coast. Ohiye bubro e wo pa. Yes, obeka say like Ghana, Nigeria a situation and Shedanya the best, but we are far ahead of those francophone countries.
Wow, with the exception of Cote d'Ivoire.
Yes. One thing is say oko mo minor level of say bia inflation no how and town ni soro say dey wa go they are able to control prices of goods and services. France we francophone countries we a product before about 5 years in the price near the same thing, but I say had the things to me change prices to me ultimate cost or we turn say but one thing is said the level of poverty. For example, Mameka say, when you say Niger cool coin and say, yeah, if we are saying they are the second world's poorest region. Who cut the whole world? World's poorest country.
Niger.
Yes.
And Nina China Musa is animal. Wow.
But Nina so ube blame the colonial power na France.
Yeah.
Him say Niger omo gold. Say so omo discover oil. Omo uranium. Uranium no they supply about 5% of their uranium to the entire of France.
Wow.
And then about 18% to the European Union.
Wow.
Reports be claim say do be 25%. O uranium European Union in France. And so France ankasa as Oman generated $3.3 billion on the average from electricity. And 70% of Sikana omo generating is from nuclear power. And nuclear power no omo use uranium now omo mining from Niger no. And then they omo they power those nuclear power no. So the Nigerians are claiming mo be 2 year resources. Na mo dia ko. Mo dia ko nyem sika. Na mo dia base as aid. So new colonialism na possible. Omo companies abaha. No mo ba be mining, no mo dis kana ko. No mo say yo mo di ya sika as abre. Omo see foreign aid.
This is bad.
Omo see foreign
Africa.
Aid. So ama ohe Niger coup ni say one of the other things are soldiers now mo be ye coup no led by Ntiani. Eka say there almost say Mohammed Bazoum oye o my opinion no.
Yeah.
Ono so oye stooge of the French. Because
the Niger or can who be na French.
Oye the bidding of the French.
Yeah, omo me okay crew no.
Because one of our leaders can say.
But some of the policies have already been signed. 4 policies are ruling these French countries that are.
So what it means they are now beginning to realize.
Okay.
So I said, what do you need to miss?
Now, cool, never the best.
They are now tearing off from the French.
Okay.
So I'm looking for another superpower in Russia.
Okay. This is the reason why we are doing this.
Yes.
Support
Yes.
Okay.
One of the generals no ka say soldiers Niger chichi some Boko Haram activists near this. They want to fire them, kill them. Yes, you president na president na catch them say train an instruction from France and
that's that not just no say indirectly no more some say France no she Boko Haram for Nechiana.
Na say it's
actually omudi e bonina we want to fire them.
It's established say the West no support to all this because it destabilizes the region.
The jihadists
even Oko Shia Al Qaeda even around the Middle East class
or China what instructions from above and sana. Then you know
just the last 2 months or so, Burkina Faso, military leaders, chase some Boko Haram guys. They condemn them all. Say, almost around 40% of land in Burkina Faso is being occupied by jihadists.
40%.
Yes, they are terrorizing people, displacing people among for free because untimin kosku, untimin farming, untimin yahe. Some of them say they claim they are fighting on religion. They want to Islamize the state. Who told you to Islamize the state?
Yes, this we are fucking.
Even Quran say la ikrah fi din. There shall be no compulsion in religion. Yes. I say me force so say.
But join them.
Yes. And these are the things that are happening within the Sahel region.
And all these schools neighbor. And the Niger Mali the Burkina the Yembra Niger. Niger the Kosu and as a Kosu. There's a Oshima soldiers they want the right thing to be done.
Yeah. And one significant thing, so they have the backing of the people.
Oh, okay.
Just NYC was Sunday, right? Amuya rally Kesia was stadium, Omo capital near me. There were some Nigerian emissaries who were sent there to just go and talk to the leadership. Say, Omunsina Mohammed. Omo catch him say, we gave you 24 hours. Move free your mind. Say Bola Tinubu, Meka Nigerian current president. Oye new ECOWAS chairman. Omo koshia say omo dey am ultimatum amamo. Say 1 week or so. Say omo say soldiers name CM free. Omo be sending troops. There are some northern governors within Nigeria. Amakachan Bola Tinubu said, don't try.
Don't try, man.
Yes, because omo part no share a border with Niger.
Oh, okay.
And there are people around who travel to Niger, go buy things and
business.
See what they say about you are going to destabilize the region. Obama marketing wise, trade wise.
Yes. I see.
And when you say Nigerians who supply Niger with electricity. Now I should say Nigeria was supplying Nigeria electricity. No
light. So and not surprise another issue. Why do a government and a country do that? Why?
Ningina boils down to leadership.
Because sometimes it do be a old doom sokra na mate say supply your friends say Côte d'Ivoire for electricity.
Yeah, it now boils down to leadership. Oko Nigeria, there are people who accuse the politicians say they want electricity to be cut off. Say they be lines is somebody generator
okay.
Go you see Lagos say who called Lagos on the street
yes. But now you export it at the Pesca. It is kind of pen, it's kind of bar revenue. Why don't we use it to generate more power for the country? Like sometimes it doesn't make sense. Not gonna supply Côte d'Ivoire light, but in the drew baby to be off. No. Africa, we are doomed.
So, said the medical can Nigeria supplies
yes,
Niger
electricity.
So just few days, you see Niger blackout and people on.
That's what we do. Okay.
As in retaliation to
some Muslim free so they are soldiers no. Okay.
Now, River Niger na fan Nigeria dey fan Niger so. Omo dam bi omo friend Kainji dam. Nso no free Niger and a ba Nigeria.
Dam okay.
So Nigeria for no use dam no the power electricity no.
Any else ever blocking.
Nigeria I said Niger for Niger the Nigerians are also planning that. So almost block it down.
Charlie.
And one thing is 3 days ago, former world best footballer of the year, he was president of Nigeria, Georgia, or tweeting and saying very, very interesting. Osi ECOWAS etnaho eshema institutional coup etwaso. They shouldn't have any right, or any moral right, be to go catch Niger for no soldier for no say, because we've seen leaders who have perpetuated their leadership by changing constitution to allow them to go for a third term. What take example? Was Alessandra Watara Wayebi? And then no one can watch. And then no one can watch. But cool, and no see cool because a bit me say now Alessandra Watara no kwane yo bit me dikoriva. Almost.
But me international my she what time so no san ko change mara.
Yes, meanwhile near na ono fighting ono so ade na o ya no nso ba na oba beto na o ya no so. So ECOWAS for tenase ama we nyina akoso. But you want to tell the Nigerians say omo nyede omo soldiers omo sinfree akonya so. Ensi. So what it means say why yen Africa as a continent we are in tatters. We are disjointed, we are disorganized.
Yeah.
As a unique common voice. And this was what Kwame Nkrumah was making the point. Say, yen brought together. Yen Bibia together. Yen brought together. Recently, Russia conference be Russia Africa Summit.
Yeah.
Out of the 54 countries in Africa, only 17 presidents connect. Say unity.
Yeah.
Minim se ote se emre bi ekoba se yese West Africa e be disika bi ba ku bi e fa eku na onim ne nti a entimi amaso France for ya na amaso because omo no mo control
the French countries no
countries
nyina e be di ba
omo nyina so e disika ba ku CFA franc
dize ye gitu manage omo control
so omo pene.
Wow.
But now no, some of these French out are realizing that's the reason why they also want to do that, because they've also bought that to that idea of Yendis Kabakono. And this was what Kwame Nkrumah was saying. Say Africa, you call UN, you go with one common voice. You be behind your collective. You open your borders to everybody.
I think that Kwame Nkrumah's vision was not then, was far future.
Yeah. And Kwame Nkrumah was 100 years older than his peers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As in a dream.
Yes,
because who near maybe.
Yes, who's how said the
people can say whatever they want to say, be our Ghana, our whatever, but none the policies and then the suggestions, maybe or what we say. He foresaw.
Yeah, that's the reason why the independence day, Oka said the independence of Ghana is meaningless unless linked with the total liberation of Africa.
Wow.
Say or Faudia na young others.
No.
Because he advocated say yenya one currency. Yenya one currency yenina yedi. Yen open your borders. Ye trade among ye far brofo me say ka brofo no come ka brofo omo be suffer brutal
because all the minerals
all the resources
God na me hira you
and then still we are wallowing in poverty. Ye afraid the third world country utimi hu abrofo just one company sika obenya a year e so the entire budget of one country.
Yeah, exactly.
KPMG, which was an auditing firm.
Yeah.
It's over even election petition 2012 from auditing exhibit. The entire KPMG company, I was USA at a point a year $23 billion. Associate the entire budget of Niger.
IMF crying says 6 billion. 3 billion. In the year now.
So what it means I said, yeah, no, I said you're lucky behind. Me, that's the reason why I'm not an Nkrumahist, but I subscribe to the vision.
The policies,
yes,
the vision.
Yes. Because he foresaw it.
Now, and the young fans say Africa, they be a good mind, good policies, super sober boy. And they say in Africa, is the idea. So, what an army, good intentions, say, or mine in Africa, you crap. Our peers will fight against us.
Say, the Abrofunu will find a way to
influence some. A bribe also did.
That's the reason why we couldn't unite. When Kwame Nkrumah wanted Africa to unite, because almost formed the Organization of African Unity. They were the Casablanca group and the Monrovia group. The Casablanca group, those were the Kwame Nkrumah and then the entourage, supporting. And they were the Monrovia group who were dissidents to Kwame Nkrumah's vision, like Abubakar Tafawa Balewa of Nigeria, Jomo Kenyatta, Felix Ofoe-Boigny of Cote d'Ivoire. Abrofono find their way through to get through them. Say, Mom Pene Manin, because say the identity.
Unim
say, and I say, oh, yeah, call our French countries be Mali, Senegal, Hawaii. Unim say, oh, yeah, call America, France, I'm a connected and signing Pakone no Wakasa.
Into a more calls, no, a delay.
Apart from a delay, ne boy day. Yes.
Dear on there's every call is being monitored.
Yes. Say, oh yeah, call. Ewo Mali and Niger and a bet just a call France. I'm a connecting and so no Pakona Kasa. Wow. And before
and within the country,
yes, within the country, and also sir.
And to say me Ghana, me feel we on Niger, it will go there.
Yes.
And I'm on Niger, also na me yes, inter city call crana still.
Okay. I know the minti.
Oh, okay.
But we and me to the best of my knowledge, Medica can. And when say before 2007, na African kasa ye need satellite for the connecting of our calls.
Before 2007.
Yes, we were paying almost $500 million
for our calls to be connected.
Yes. It has to take Gaddafi.
Okay.
Muammar Gaddafi. And obe contribute my $300 million. Say the be Africa, ye be your own satellite, a bit me connect your calls.
And then so mukuni ya.
Yes. Ye kum no ya on African soil.
Yeah.
African leaders dey no mukan. Ye te ho intimi ye. Ya tenetire.
This is why.
And anyway, when UN was being formed, not only 3 African countries pay.
And that's so.
And now more independence, more found.
When it was formed.
When UN was formed, 25th October 1945. Not only Egypt in 1922 among independence, Liberia in 1876, and then Ethiopia among colonized that. So even Africa, joining you and
the Arab countries, Arab African countries, no, they are more developed. Egypt, Morocco,
almost more problems. Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco, they have been colonized by the French.
Okay.
Algeria say at a point they have their main international issues with France. Because there were some massacres, there were other things, colonial issues between Omono.
But I saw more to me a
developer kakra. Even though almost issues there.
Okay.
But in terms of development there, especially infrastructure wise there, you can't compare.
Yes, West Africa and it's French are in there too much. And back to your friends Kuno. Is this still going to hold like this? And now say the Omopeno, Omoyamo, the Ombeje.
Say no. Me not depending on the military junta now, so I'm taking the leadership.
Okay. All for the interest of the indigenous.
Niger, the West now will be pressuring them to return back to democracy. It will reach a time they will return. Say, and yes, someone democracy.
But saying there will be a consensus.
Yeah, there have to be. They have to
be.
Only one thing. Yeah, problem. They say abrofono. They think it is their God-given right to interfere in our affairs.
Enti ni esi o Mali ni esi o Burkina no mo
kokra na e o mo de ya baba be pressure e se munye democracy munye na de na mo ntimi nkoka che Saudi Arabia so munye democracy Saudi Arabia se o hene neto so
yes
Qatar enye o hene neto so ane na mo koka che so o mo nsi na o mo nto aba
e bi o mo suro
de o se o mo Arab so mo pe bibia mfiri o mo
resources no more. They are making good use of it. Renes almost spending in football.
Dubai, UAE, no one, Qatar, Saudi. Now
did they ever try so mobile interfere?
They can't even try.
Why then? Why?
One thing say more uniformity because of religion. Oko Arab. Do not a Muslim. So more their Muslim sentiment. Now Muslim country akwa catch and say onjigi into
no not try because divided French kakra English anyone
besides you need values you need discipline you ntimi control your
tribes
what
religion say no kwa home class say
omu wi amosaba be ka say mo anjigi na ntuma yesi kai ba mo yam na de ombetimi aka catch Saudi
emphasis Arab countries Dubai Saudi Arabia near there can they come to our yikakra our aid kakra no mun kai hey sisi free na ekoi the western world ne ba mamun fi omo ya be bo omo
say no nyina strategic partnership to leadership we say one thing is say uko UN ankasa yewo omo the permanent members within the Security Council,
okay,
which is USA, France, UK, Russia, and then China.
Okay.
So UK, France, US, West, and then Russia. Also Russia and China for the Somatium. So Russia there, omo superpower no awo hache. They do their things together. Omo faho. Omo timi omo bibia. For China, they passed through revolution.
Okay.
In terms of how their numbers grew, omo nya nipa anti omo use numbers no etimi ye bibia anti omo boom omo market. China we bibia within o mine na ye beto omo fa ho anti so that's the reason why
for man kan ho kra na wa na o say
so Africa has always been the battleground. So
yamra together
honom na abrofo no obia pese oba Africa because honom na resources no.
Yes,
that's the reason why nowadays you see US Africa Summit. We say na Barack Obama ti ho no share all African presidents.
Convincible we all the more push them.
You see UK Africa Summit. You see Russia, you see China Africa Summit.
Bibi need so dream future. Oko convincing what them member $50 million we be din the free who went to be who no ajatu.
There is this one Kenyan professor, your friend Professor P.L. Lumumba. O say adia eye ne yase ubeti say ye UK Africa Summit.
For what?
Na ye nyina ye
leaders na kotena ho. Say we are na dem ye san ba
show. Oni mo kase wiye ya afi no asa frame mo ba ko ba.
Individual, yes.
Na koye bilateral relationship.
We dey open secret.
So why can't us come together? We go with a common voice. Say ye instant ni. Me say adia wan kwame adia ba ko Kwame Nkrumah kai say Africa yenya ye one military, strong military. Ai gina ho
solid.
For ye Africa.
Solid.
On said identity for Africa. Yeah, strong military for Africa. Nature say adia gina ho mai e represent ye. Ye bibia yenka ye bibia mbum. Me say the day Africa unites, that will be the end of the West.
No more. They are saving for the future.
One thing many Jews said now we are having African youth like cast your mind. Say at least your kind books.
I don't know who. But one thing they will use to defeat us, and they say most of us don't think about the future. We think about now. Say honorable say bribe no be mo now we be this we are say
struggle now no for the future.
Okay.
So we have to stand as the African youth.
Exactly.
Said the beya bedwini said the beya in chirima omo beba no. At least omo be kai say enkofo bi ne be gina ye say yama sisi yama we are say echo bibi echo so yi
anyway.
On said that.
Is it going to end very soon? Cool.
Especially for French countries, they are more found
and mostly no. And all these schools are coming because among person near be a French country.
Different factors.
Okay.
Different factors.
Okay.
Near coup because Niger a bit me different from the reason why coup went on in Guinea.
Okay.
Say the medical kind. Who's Guinea basically? Or more president you know eco change constitution say or twice and amutu because among peno.
Yes.
Niger say they have the reason because omo person omo free France. Bazoum now so omo say he's a studio of the French. Besides also one another thing crowd say Bazoum now he is an Arab kakra.
Okay.
Who said there is a certain community of Arabi Niger. Who said Niger border with Libya. Niger border with who's a Libyan so Arab country. So there is some small portion of some Arabians Niger, of which Bazoum so a free part. So the dominant tribes within the Niger country known say because Niger the dominant tribes are the Zabarma people, the Hausa people, which is the Gobira and Adarawa people, and Osaba become friend Sanwayawa. These are the most dominant tribes within the Niger. So Moon say Bazoum no Ankasa is an Arab. Said I didn't say. So these are the different factors that accounted for this coup. But what it means is say why coups no dey do na because we the francophone countries. Didn't say we say basic English speaking country. I said a more conscient time. And information flow very easy. But unlike other French countries, you know, they up till now all those
intel
no. State broadcasting to airport close land borders, close SPCs. I just read a report this morning where I said some airline companies are complaining because they don't have route to Niger's airspace, and also my business within the aviation sector slow down. So coups within Africa, especially the French part, ended that because honestly, one thing say has democracy served us well as Africa? A different question.
No.
Democracy, I said, but I won't say that, didn't you?
They say they will call some of these head of states no more. You can't boom or you know, do I share them? No.
So, this is the reason why
it's been interesting. Yes. Should we expect more?
Depending. For especially maybe for French for the medium so we penny now be did soldiers now free baby and say the medical can. It's all about doing things
right
for the betterment of the lives of your people.
Wow.
Thomas Sankara Kasimbi, former head of state of Burkina. Or see, either we choose champagne for the few or water for all.
Wow. Tomorrow some more enjoy, or the more enjoy, not for the few.
Yes, it's either we choose champagne for the few or water for all.
It's soon so the end yet the crown at least a amount.
I won't say that, didn't it? So
I see.
Who's they are all for the French-speaking countries in there. Even when him say Chad cry, sometimes he cook us. And Chad, even though in West Africa, a part of Central Africa, but a border with okay, Chad don't see West Africa, a border with Central Africa and so and one thing say the penchant for leadership on the part of some African leaders is too much.
too much.
Unim say, for example,
greedy for power.
Unim say Equatorial Guinea, president also since 1979 or Dasuti Akunyanso. Na near Buffon say Neba and a vice president.
Why?
When so
Abraham Rawo homo practice democracy.
They never catch you be say oh Akufo-Addo ne your mama mo family and friends and I'm say family and friends and cause wa Equatorial Guinea president and ne ba na vice president.
But a hands we ensia no kwa nkakra sa na yebi.
The youth are now only one thing. That's the reason why our politicians should be up and doing.
Yes, because we are now offers finance minister.
Democracy is the best form of government. But it's the best form of government for those elite few. I'm gonna enjoy. I'm gonna be a mama kwabruchi. I'm gonna say. Not the bia.
Offers in a and a unia, nephew, so niece na
one thing. I say even politics, especially on the continent, and I say the bia a because what was. Say next year, right? Share the frontliners of Omo be contest, no. We say one way or the other. Omonana and
originality hereditary.
And omo de passing omo.
If you omumu na eba.
Alantremante contest. Ne papa waye elite da. Baumia ne papa ye minister under Nkrumah. John Mama ne papa ye minister. Akoto free na ne papa the on a former NLM. So you see I didn't to us and ebe cut across generations.
Anyway, awa ebedase ebedase and now boy em komo pa o ma yehu niema kum ene ne sisi some of these French countries about cool near there. Can't you say they be stick to this channel? In fact, we have a lot more for you when it comes to politics, about sports, about Bibia, our Mohammed Voodoo, or who you call there. Bibia be fine. But for the betterment of our future, in fact, my enjoying now youth to rise it because yes I dream and then ye be dim kwade and ye man nomne ye nana no one we are very great and Africa will continue to be poor. Ye the musia ye be sign any more share be.